Mr. Will Damrath, welcome to the broadcast. We're here at the Ice Ranch on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Colorado.
Indeed. Thanks, Alan. Saturday, January 22nd, 4:50 p.m. puck drop. We're into the warm-up here. We've got Regis Raiders, the home team in white tonight, Alan. Trimmed out in their red breezers, red stripes. And who we playing?
We're up against our Colorado Springs Tigers, the 15U AAA program. The broadcast being brought to you by CSAHA Hockey and our sponsors, Richard and Jennifer Brenner, this evening. So thank you, a huge thank you to the Brenner family, to Richard and Jennifer. That's Parker's grandparents tuning in. And I think I think I got a note from his dad that his mom might be here this evening, or his mom, but Parker's grandma, Jennifer, might be here to watch it live in person.
Well, nice. I'll take that opportunity to shout out another grandma, Charlene, grandma of Hunter Ralstat, number 6 on the Colorado Springs squad. You can recognize him easily. He's got the hockey hair flowing out of the back of the helmet tonight. He used to be a former teammate and Arapahoe Warrior of some of the kids on Regis. So welcome, Charlene, to the broadcast, and expecting big things out of Hunter tonight.
What's the forecast on the team here as far as our rivals here, our opponents, this AAA program coming out of Colorado Springs? What should we expect?
So they're going to be, obviously, they're all younger, 16 and under team, but highly skilled. They're going to be fast, good hands, and they're going to look to the challenge of playing some older boys. So I expect them to come out really fast, and it'll be interesting to see how Regis reacts with the size, the age difference, and hopefully show a little more maturity and patience, but it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's 15U actually, Will, but the 15U
Yep.
boys here,
Yep.
you can see there's definitely going to be a size difference, but getting a look at the warm-up here, I will share with you that not across the board.
You're right.
There are a few boys on that Colorado Springs program. They got some good size, and as you indicated, I think we should see some speed and some good hands and a good competition. Not to be taken lightly.
So Colorado Springs in their really stylish uniforms modeled after the CC Tigers. They're the all blacks trimmed out in the gold, look really sharp. And their coach, coincidentally, Eric Schlee, got called up to the NAHL to get a coaching position. He's a great coach. They've got a good program with a lot of great coaches, but he's missing for the remainder of the season. He had a great coaching opportunity in the NAHL Junior League. So congrats to Eric Schlee.
So, Will, I promised you before the broadcast I was going to hit you up with a little bit of hockey trivia. See how you do here. I'll start off with the first trivia question. I'm going to make this one about Mr. Mario Lemieux, one of the greatest hockey players of all time. He accomplished the rare feat, and I think I can say rare because I think it's only been done once in the history of hockey, of scoring 5 goals in a game in 5 different ways.
Wow.
What are the 5 different ways that great, with the great Mario Lemieux, the magnificent Mario, scored?
Does forehand and backhand count as 2 different ones?
Situational. So this is more situational.
We got to go with power play, penalty kill, even strength.
Power play, penalty kill, even strength. You got 3.
Shootout.
Nope.
No shootout. We'll go with penalty shot. Did I say that?
You got a penalty shot, yeah.
So how many I got? 4?
So we got full strength, we got power play, we got shorthanded.
We'll go with empty net.
And an empty netter, that's it.
All right.
All 5 of them. Hey, not bad to score 5 goals in a game, let alone 5 different ways, right?
Yep. And, one of my favorite St. Louis Blues, Red Berenson, tied the record back in the day, back in the late 60s. So I know he's another one of them. And I believe Zibanejad for the Rangers did it last year or a couple of years ago.
He's a hot and cold player. That guy scores 40 goals a year and typically does so in about 8 games. Zibanejad. All right, so here's the other trivia question I had for you, Will. There's a NHL goaltender years gone by, one of the greatest ever, Got his name on the Stanley Cup 5 times, 6 times. 6 times. He's the only player to have 6 times on the Stanley Cup, and his name is spelled differently 5 times.
Oh my gosh. I gotta honestly tell you, I don't know who would have. Was it a misspelling, or did he change his name?
I think it's the fact that there's variations in the way that you can spell his name.
Why don't you enlighten me?
Jacques Plante.
Jacques Plante.
I can't tell you how it was spelled.
Must have had a umlaut or apostrophe or one of those French symbols.
You got it. All right, let's get ready for some hockey here. All
right. Last final words. We've got Dan Woodley on the bench tonight for Regis.
We do indeed.
So
I think Dan Woodley, I think Terry went to fill in for Dan with the other game.
Yep. So that's fun for these kids. Architecture professor at the school. My son, some of these boys are taking architecture class from Dan. All right, looks like
Hyatt, Damrath, and Lai starting with Teddy and Carter on D.
Okay, a line that scored last night, controlled the puck on the power play pretty well, these guys. So let's see what we got. Puck drop at center ice, pulled back into the Springs end. Wheels behind the net. Damrath forechecking, chips it high off the glass, but it's kept in by Regis, and then up and out to the neutral zone. Met with resistance by Carter. And there's a scrum on the wall. Camden Lai picks it up. He goes wide. Quick shot wide of the net, but he picks up his rebound. Checked pretty hard, stays on his feet. Damrath picks it up in the corner. He's hit hard. Camden's there to pick up the loose puck. And he cycles back down low to Damrath. Damrath hard in the corner, comes up with it on the backhand, gets hit again. Camden and Damrath tied up behind the net with 2 Springs players. Puck's not loose. Finally comes out loose. Camden Lai chases to it, gets tripped up. We've got 37. I believe is that Sorensen or a different number tonight, Alan?
37, maybe Sorensen. We thought Sorensen originally was going to be a healthy scratch, but we'll see if I get a look at him.
Yeah, that's I believe that might be Parker Brenner wearing that jersey. So we got 37.
We're going to work through some.
And Ash.
Is it? Yeah. It is indeed. So you got the confirmation still.
Parker Brenner wearing 37 tonight. Crowell picks it up behind the net. Quick shot by Springs. Tries a breakout pass to Ash. Comes back to Woody. Back up to Brenner. Brenner through the middle. Gets tripped up. And Springs picks that up. Goes D to D, but Crowell steps up. And Springs tries to go back and regroup, and that puck careens off into the corner. But a quick up. Back to Woody on the D. Quick shot on net, blocked by the D. Ash picks that up behind. He's going to cycle back to himself behind the net. Barney picks it up to the point. Nice pass to Crowell. High shot over the net. Woody pinches down hard, and that puck's up and out.
2 occasions coming from the point. It's a quick shot as opposed to a hard shot, right, Will?
Yeah, and keeps the puck in, allows him to change the line here while Springs is trying to regroup. Pete puts it back down. That's 3 dumped pucks in a row, forcing Colorado Springs to regroup behind. Oh, and an ill-advised breakout pass with 2 men on him. Gets intercepted. Pete tries to handle that puck, gets tripped up. Springs finally with a nice breakout pass across the middle onto the backhand of his player, but couldn't handle it.
Big hit. Number 8 for Colorado Springs, delivering a big hit on Nolan Williams.
That was called a hello pass to the middle.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
So Springs finally gets it deep waters down to pick that up. He's tying up his man over to Liam McDonald, but they cycle back behind the net, and they've got control in the corner. Skellerud with a nice forecheck. But Springs with nice puck movement here, and a quick shot wide of the net. It comes out to the side. Bounced off the wall behind. And need to mention the starting goalie. I believe that's Ryan Miller. Yep. Miller saw the rebound off the back, came out wide of the net, and the puck bounced up over the goal line, but not behind the net.
Oh, it's a difficult shot to read, and sometimes that's intentional. A lot of defensemen, to your point, we were just talking about it in the offensive zone. That shot is intentionally missed to get the rebound to come off those back boards and see if they can create some danger with that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of coaches talk about don't dump the puck, make an indirect pass to your team down low.
Yeah.
Well, here we go, Springs with a little momentum through the middle. Teddy Armitage is there first. Met with 2 hard forechecks, but Matthew Carter picks that up, and he's got Barnes up on the wing. Barnes covered, so he goes high off the glass. That's going to be an icing. Smart play by Matthew Carter to see his winger covered.
Smart player. I don't know if you shared with the viewers yesterday, but Matthew Carter elected and voted by his teammates as captain of the team here for our RJ Raiders.
Yeah, no surprise. He's been acting in that captain role even without being named all year long. Hunter Rostad with a shot deflected wide, and Regis gets that up to the neutral zone. Luke Damrath chasing Hunter. Hunter a quick up to the neutral zone. Winger can't handle it. Damrath picks it up wide on the left-hand side. It's knocked into the corner, goes down, but Camden is there for support. Puck still in the feet. Camden comes up with it. Camden looks to hand off to Connor Ihaya. Back to Luke Damrath behind the net, getting harassed. But again, puck in the corner. Who's going to get there first? Springs finally comes up with it behind the net. Late to go to the winger, and that gets recycled back down to Damrath on his backhand, the left-hand side. Scotty High up front, fires one, good save, comes out in front. And I believe Teddy came down from the point, so you've got a deflection, and Springs is going to ice that puck and get a line change. So a little bit of quick pressure down there with the D coming all the way down, Alan.
Teddy spent a lot of time on the offensive side of the offensive zone yesterday. Carried the puck really well. He's got speed, he's got hands, and converts on those frequently. Teddy's a good offensive defenseman.
Okay, face off here, one back, but Colorado Springs picks it up with speed through the neutral zone. Off the thigh pad of Woody, and they pick it up behind, but Skellerud.
It's going to be Woody for hooking.
Yep. Woody, unfortunately, the puck hit his thigh pad, went straight up in the air, put him in a bad position, and all he could do was get his stick on the player, and they're going to get a call for the first penalty kill of the evening. 12:08 left in the first, 2-minute penalty on the board, and a face-off down in the Regis end. Drew Lorenzo on the face-off, back to Colorado Springs, but Regis comes up with it, and they'll send that down the ice. Nolan Williams putting himself in position for PK defense, but Springs makes a nice breakout pass, and they're going to gain the red line and come in wide. Shot wide of the net, picked up by Carter. He's high off the glass, and that puck will just make it out. Smart play again by Matthew. Colorado Springs showing some patience, has a winger far side, and they send that down to the opposite side, but Teddy is there. Finally, Springs gets control, comes up to the D, back high low, back up to the D, D to D, and a quick shot high of the net. Looks like Eli Ash gets to that puck first and sends it down the ice with 1 minute left on the penalty. Good job so far by Regis preventing any good shots.
Great penalty kill, and I love the pressure. They're keeping the Colorado Spring players to the outside of the ice. They're clogging up the neutral zone and not making it easy. Great attack.
Nice discipline by Barnes on the forecheck, not getting too deep. Springs brings it in wide to the right and around. He's going to look up high. Good structure by Strings to Ralstat in the middle, but the shot goes off the shin pad of Skellerud. Back to the corner. Nice hard forecheck and pressure by Crowell up high. Crowell recovers down low, gets his stick on it again, puts it to the middle, and they can't get it out. Springs cycles down low, but a good check by the D. That puck comes up and bounces out. So Regis will get a line change, and that'll do it for the penalty kill. Loose puck picked up at the blue line, but Crowell is there to put it back into the corner. Colorado Springs tussled up with the ref there, and Pete's going to get that. But a turnover at the blue line. Springs turn into a forehand quick shot. Good save by Miller into the corner. And that's a high stick, so blown dead. Going to be a face-off to the right of Miller.
So in the last few minutes, I got about 5 different texts from 5 different people saying Parker is number 37.
Okay.
So we got a validation on that 5 different times.
So Harry must have just wanted him to wear his number tonight.
Usually a byproduct of someone perhaps forgetting their jersey.
No confirmation on that yet.
No confirmation on it. We'll just leave that to
breakout pass picked off by Springs. They gain the red line and send that off of Miller's right-hand side, and quick up to Camden. He gains the line, but a good hard back check by Springs. And they're going to call that back check a hook. So Regis will find themselves with 9:23 left in the first on their first power play. Alan, it'll be interesting to see what...
I didn't see the hook there, so I saw him kind of angle. Was that against Lai?
Yeah, I believe it was.
All right, we'll take it. 2 minutes or less on the power play, 9:23 to go in the first period, a 0-0 score.
So Brenner taking the face off, tied up in his feet. Barnes is there first, but Springs picks it up. Dumps that far corner. Crowell comes down. Crowell tries to reverse and loses an edge, and Springs brings it up the ice onto the forehand. Good shooting opportunity. Boy, dangerous shot high of the net. And Regis has got some momentum coming through the neutral zone. Onto the backhand. Quick shot in the net. So kind of a broken play, created some speed through the neutral zone, ended up being a 2-on-1, and that was Crowell.
That's 2 games in a row, and that's some speed. I was mentioning to a few of our family members yesterday, you're really starting to see that kid game after game. It's like a 5% improvement in this kid's speed, maybe in his confidence, but he was end-to-end on that one. Pulled the puck from his right to the left, slipped a little backhander into the corner of the net. 2 goals in 2 games.
Yep, nice aggressive, confident play, and Regis is on the board, 1-0, 8:56 left in the first.
2 goals in 2 games for Jake, but also scored 1 in the Chicago tournament.
Good for him, so, not a little mini streak here.
Little mini streak, yep.
So Springs now putting a little harder forecheck, getting a couple of the pucks here quicker, get it in front on the forehand, and nice block by Teddy to prevent a shot on net. Little battle in the neutral zone. Lorenzo tips that to himself off the wall, centers it. Met with a lot of pressure in front. Puck still loose in the feet of Lorenzo and Williams. But finally comes up and out, and Springs has got a chance here, and they've got a breakaway. Good save by Miller. Nice high shot, blocker save. Behind the net, he comes back out in front for another save. Miller, 2 nice quick saves there.
Well, we let them in on a breakaway. Teddy did a great job at the back check. He didn't give up. That speed coming back into his own zone really kept the Colorado Springs player with not such a great shooting angle. Nice save by Ryan Miller all the same. Good scoring chance for the Springs there.
Yep, keeping Regis on their toes with the face-off down here. Brenner wins that over to Waters. Waters goes D to D, back to Barnes, tied up on the wall here. Brenner just gets his stick on that up and out, and Barnes chips it in, and Eli Ash is forechecking down low. Eli Ash gets to the forecheck. Springs doing all they can to get that puck out, and another forecheck by Barnes. Springs just getting harassed on their breakout. Barnes clogs it up in the feet. Brenner tries to pull to the middle, but Springs comes up with it. And they're going to send that down. Just can't get his player in the neutral zone, so that's an icing. So good response there, Alan.
Yeah, pretty even play thus far through the game. We got 7:19 to go in the first period, a 1-0 lead for the Raiders. I'd say shots are about even, fair to say.
Yep. But after the 2 quick shots by Springs and the turnovers, Regis really stepped up the last 30 to forecheck of their own down in this end. So face-off win by Springs, goes quickly D to D, down the wall of the winger. But I believe that's Gregory there to clog it up with Waters.
It's Gregory. We got Osgood and Scholarud out there with him.
Scholarud with a shot deflected into the corner, and he's going to chase high off the glass to Springs, but just off the skate of their centerman, and a beautiful play by Liam McDonald to keep that puck down through the neutral zone. Springs with a shot wide of the net. Avery Osgood hit hard on the wall. Skellerud and McDonald down, waiting to see if the puck comes loose. Liam Waters joins the party. 4 Regis players on the wall and 2 Colorado Springs. They finally break it up, and it ends up just on the stick of Colorado Springs on the forehand, and I believe that might have been deflected off the blocker and into the net, but it was a good shot. Forehand, deadly angle right in front.
Well, you got 2 Raiders, both I think reaching for the puck. I didn't see who both were. I know one of them was Waters. Looked like it might have slid right off of his stick. Opportunity there for the Colorado Springs player, sitting right on the doorstep, picks it up and jams it in.
Anytime you say there are 4 Regis players on 2 Colorado Springs players, that means how many players are open for Colorado Springs?
I don't want to do the math.
2. So Springs regroups behind the net, centers it dangerously. Luke Jamrath gets his stick on it wide of the net. Ihaya picks it up behind. Back to Damrath behind the net. He's looking out in front. Just tries to stuff it in front, but Camden Lai picks that up. He looks to cycle to Woody on the wall. Woody back to Damrath behind the net. Damrath hit by 2, but keeps control on his backhand. Doesn't have a play and just eats it on the wall, and he goes down. Finally, the loose puck comes up, but Crowell hits his skate and over the line, so loose pucks. Damrath chips that into the zone, but Colorado Springs with Hunter Ralstad coming down the right-hand side. Quick shot, blocker save. Springs keeps that puck in, but Pete's going to
too many men.
gain the line.
That's too many men.
No call on too many men there. So play continues. Crowell in his right-hand side. Chips it up to the winger, but up over the blue line. Ralstad back to pick that up for Springs. Seeing no one, he reverses D to D, back up to the neutral zone, but a hard check by Crowell in the neutral zone to break that play up. Ralstad again looks wide, man wide open, but Trawl stepping up again, but loses his footing, so Springs with a shooting opportunity high and wide of the net, and that's going to come over the stick of Ralstad back down for a line change. Regis puts a new set out there with Brenner, and I believe that's Ash and Nolan Williams.
Correct.
Springs with it behind, tries to center, but nobody there. D quick shot in the top left corner. That's 2 in the top left corner, too.
Yeah, it's another puck that comes sliding off of this time. I think it was a Springs player's stick. Not an intentional pass. I think he was just dumping it out front. And I guess it's to some degree a no-look pass all the way to the point. He snaps it, and again, we were talking about that earlier. Not a hard shot, but a quick shot. Finds its way to the top right corner, or top left corner. And the Springs take a 2-1 lead with 4:25 to go in the first period.
Yep. He might have been screened on that. There were at least 3 Regis players between the net and the shooter from the point.
I'd say he was most definitely screened on it.
Nice centering pass out front. Matthew Carter just hops off his skate, and Springs has got an offsides. So broken play at the blue line. Bounced off the skate of Carter, and Springs had a rush coming up the ice, but their man was a little bit too quick over the blue line. So we'll have a face-off here with Damrath, Ihaya, and Lai. And Matthew Carter and Armitage on D. Quick shot from outside the zone. That's a save. Miscommunication between Miller and Carter. And the rebound comes up high. Springs keeps it in over the stick of their player, and they've got a guy in front dangerously again, but off his stick.
We're off our game a little bit here, Will.
Yep. A couple missed communications there, but finally Camden Lai picks that up, and he almost loses it at the blue line, but it comes up and over. Springs gets tied up with two of their own players in the neutral zone. Regis seizes the opportunity, but it's offside.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on that last play and a little bit of sloppy hockey there as well, where Springs players are getting in the kind of open in that slot, left all alone, backdoor plays. Got to get back to our game. Good coverage in the D zone, some good speed through the neutral zone. Let's hustle and have some fun in that offensive zone.
Lorenzo off the draw wide into the right-hand side, gets hit hard by Springs. We've got Liam and Liam on the point. Springs looking to break it out, looks wide, but chips it high to Waters. Waters, nice D-to-D move to McDonald up through the neutral zone. And they're going to throw that back deep to McDonald. McDonald over to Waters. Waters thinking he has the center moving through. Fires that wide of his player and down for an icing.
Thinking, hoping. He wanted that offside winger to be flying through that neutral zone, maybe pick up that pass, but
no damage.
No damage done. Iced it. 2:54 to go in the first period.
Lorenzo on the draw. Back to the corner. McDonald picks that up. Goes over to Williams, but Springs comes up. Nope. Williams gets there first to Lorenzo over the blue line, and Pete gets hit hard just inside the blue line, and Springs transitions, but three guys on him. Barney picks it up off the skate of the center, and that stays in, but finally up and out. Barnes having a little trouble handling the puck, and Springs takes advantage down the right-hand side. Quick shot, rebound out in front. Crowell is there to pick that up.
Another icing.
Crowell tries to get that off of Pete's stick, but that's an icing with 2:13 left in the first. Regis 1, Colorado Springs 2.
Those icings are a byproduct of a good forecheck from Colorado Springs. So the pressure on the D, they're not the time and space is being eliminated really quickly, and when that evaporates, you got no choice but to try to send it.
Yeah.
In Waters' case, the first one, he was just looking for a man who might be in the neutral zone, and it was Kroll on the last one. Just a lot of pressure on him, so got to dump it.
Well, and it does show some maturity to not make the bad pass and have the turnover. They'd rather take an icing.
Correct.
Stop play. So broken play up. Brenner taking it up through the neutral zone, hands it off on the right-hand side, but lost by Eli Ash, and Colorado Springs is up the ice with numbers. Drop pass deflected off the skate of Drake Woody. Up to Ash. Ash is going to, met with a forecheck there. Can't get it up and out. Drake Woody back behind to Crowell. Crowell high off the glass, off the stanchion. There's going to be a penalty.
It's going to be a roughing call. These Tigers are not sitting back, are they? It's been a relatively physical first period.
Yeah, so looks like they're going to be coincidental penalties.
Yeah. It's been a few times in the last few games that that Woody's found himself getting matching minors. So he's playing tough and rough out front of the net, protecting the crease, protecting the goalie. And for what penalties he takes as a result, he's bringing somebody else to the box with him.
Camden Lai wide on the left. Got Luke Damarath in front just off his skate. He got tied up by Hunter Ralstead behind. And Luke's going to pick up that rebound behind. He centers it in front just off the stick of Springs, and he might have drawn a penalty. I'm not sure.
He did. That was a hook, and I think if that hook had not happened, that would have resulted in a goal for the Raiders.
Well, here we go. He had himself in the right spot in front of the net. Lai saw him, put it right to his forehand, and he got hooked. So
has Lai ever got wheels coming down that left side?
Man, he didn't look like he had any room, and then all of a sudden he was by him. So power play for Regis. Nolan Williams on the point. Matthew Carter on the point. Drew Lorenzo on the left-hand side up to Carter. Back over to Williams. Quick shot off the glove of Colorado Springs, and they
that stung a little bit.
Get that up and down. Springs is going to beat him to the puck, but Miller smartly comes out of the net. Gets to it first. Drew Lorenzo getting harassed. Shows some patience back to Carter. Carter back up to Lorenzo just off his stick, and Ihaya comes through the blue line with it. Showing some patience, looking, hands off back down to Lorenzo, back up to Ihaya, up to Carter. Carter puts one on net off the shin pad of Colorado Springs, back to Lorenzo. Ihaya with a high shot over the net, but Williams is there to put that back deep.
20 in the period.
Ralstad collects that, and he's got time with the line change. 17 seconds left in the period. Ralstad's going to come wide to the right. He gets hit. But a quick shot, nevertheless, with 10 seconds left. Ryan Miller has to make a nice save.
A sneaky shot by Ralstad there.
Yeah, he got checked pretty hard, but stuck with it. The puck ended up on his stick, and he was coming down the right-hand side on his forehand, was able to get that quick shot off.
Low, hard shot. Miller had to do a good job to prevent that from sneaking through the 5-hole.
So face-off win back to Ralstad. All they can do is put that back to Crowell in the corner. That's going to eat the clock for the period. So there'll be 49 seconds left on the power play for Regis at the start of the second. 2-1 Colorado Springs. And do we have an ice make?
Probably not. I think maybe between the second and third we might see it, but it's going to be a quick, probably 2-3 minute break. We'll be back in action.
Good hockey game so far, Alan.
Yeah, I thought we owned the first half of the first. Probably in possession and shots a little bit, and obviously took the lead in the game. But yeah, Springs, they didn't give up. They kept it going, right? Good forecheck. They're fast. They're heavy.
Yeah.
They push us down low there, so we got to make quick decisions, move the puck quickly, taking advantage of some of the mistakes we're making down low.
Yeah, really nice matchup and evenly played so far. Lots of good scoring opportunities for both teams on both ends of the ice.
So the Springs and their standings, I don't think they have standings per se, but whether they do their AAA program, they've played now 14 games this year. But the odd part about it is they have a very limited number of teams that they play against. What are some of the programs that they typically face off against? The Thunderbirds, right?
Rampage. Thunderbirds. Who else we got in there? So half of their games are Rampage and Thunderbirds for sure.
Yeah, so that's ours. Rampage, Thunderbirds. Yesterday they played against Sioux Falls and the Rough Riders.
Rough Riders, yep.
So out of their 14 games, they're 3-11 this year. They've got 28 goals for and 64 against. But it should be duly noted there that the majority of their losses are coming against one team, that being the Thunderbirds, and that represents a lot of the goals against as well.
Yeah, that T-Birds program is historically really strong at that age level.
Going to put that into context as far as our season's gone. So again, they're 3-11, different teams we play, so there's no like teams that we're matching up against. But our Raiders thus far this season, and this includes both tournaments, scrimmages, the JV games, all in, we're 7-7-1. We've got 28 goals for and 33 against. But it should also be noted that 6 of the 7 losses we've had this year have been in tournaments. And in those tournaments, we're playing up. 18U programs, varsity programs. So a good showing this year for our RJ Raiders. And knowing that the competition that these Tigers are up against, 3-11 record, probably a little bit of a misrepresentation as to how strong they really are.
Yeah, agreed. All right, here we go. So setting up for the last 30 seconds of the power play. Lorenzo passes that in front. Oh, and Barnes with a quick shot.
Nice feed.
Good puck movement, cycled down to Brenner. He had Barnes in front off the goalie and ended up on the stick of Barnes. Quick save. Brenner's going to bring it in wide, and he's going to have a great opportunity. Centering. Gorgeous. And another quick shot. I believe that was Barnes again. 2 low stick saves by the goalie from Barnes in the last 30. This puck moving over Brenner, back to Barnes. Barnes looking across the net, but gets, that's Eli Ash.
Back to full strength.
Eli Ash with it on the corner. Quick, dangerous shot to the net, just wide low. Crowell sends that back low, and we're even. Barnes behind the net, looking to Lorenzo up front, but can't get a shot off, so he sends it back down.
Watch back door here.
Cycle back to Lorenzo. Springs breaks that play up. Loose puck, can't be kept in, so Liam McDonald's going to back up, and he sends that back in. They're going to change the D. Pete Armitage with a good forecheck, and Drew Lorenzo comes up with a man in front, and a quick shot by Williams. Goalie doesn't know where it is, and it drops right in front of him after the whistle. 3
incredible scoring chances, 2 generated on the power play. Brenner coming through that neutral zone with an open lane. He was blazing. I really thought he had an angle where probably expecting a shot out of him, but a nifty little pass to find Barnes out front, and an incredible save by the Tiger goalie.
Yeah.
And I think we are going back to the power play. I didn't see the infraction, but I do see a Springs player who's headed over the box, and we're 5-on-4 for 2 minutes.
Yep. Lorenzo down on the right-hand side again, cycles down low to Ihaya, just off his stick. He looks to Matthew Carter up high, who's got pressure immediately on him. Puck bounces back up to Williams. Williams comes back through to Lorenzo in the neutral zone. He goes wide to Ihaya. They've got numbers coming through. Good stick check on Ihaya in the corner, and Springs is going to grab that, but can't get it up and out. Cycles back down below. That's intercepted at the blue line and cycled back down, so Springs having trouble getting it up and out. Finally does. With 1:18 left on the power play, Regis regroups behind the net. Harassed hard by one player and has to just send that up to the neutral zone. Eli Ash hit hard.
Well, that's been a theme for the Spring. So they send one guy in, which is not an unusual thing from a PK standpoint, but it's not a passive attack or forecheck.
Brenner,
there
nice
it is.
Shot. So that puck came all the way down, rimmed up high to McDonald. He immediately gave it to Parker Brenner, who curled in at the top of the circle on his forehand, and I believe that went 5-hole just off the goalie's pad. Beautiful scoring opportunity and shot by Brenner. 2-2, tie game, 14:18 left in the second with 53, which was on the power play.
Well, Richard and Jennifer Brenner, we ordered that one up for you guys. Thank you again for the sponsorship. Nothing I enjoy more than when you guys are out there contributing and helping for the team, and it pays off on a goal by Parker Brenner here this afternoon. Fantastic.
Love it, love it.
You put one in for you guys. That's fantastic.
So Springs coming up wide on the left-hand side. Player loses an edge. McDonald tries to go high off the glass, but that's turned over. Liam Waters with nice position in front to prevent Springs from getting a front door chance there. That puck careens off to Ash. Looks to the middle, but right off a Springs player. Springs goes D to D behind their net. Looking up the middle, nice centering pass and nice move on the breakout by Springs, but good forecheck by Damrath to break it up coming into the zone. Camden Lyon, Damrath coming down the right-hand side. Goes high to Connor Ihaya, a nice move, but gets stick checked, and Springs is up and out. Matthew Carter squeezes him off on the wall. Puck squirts out up to Camden Lye, who can't get that up and out, but back down to Matthew Carter, who's got Damrath on the wall. Turned over at the blue line, but outside, so Springs has to show some patience. Up high, backhands to his man right in front. Puck's loose, but a whistle. Ref lost sight of it. That happened quick, Alan.
It did. Great opportunity in the O-zone there, too, with Ihaya being the trailer coming in as at F3. Beautiful little pass back to Ihaya. He just couldn't get the puck to stick. Was unable to pull it back to his forehand, but if he was able to do that, that would have been an incredible scoring opportunity in the high slot.
Face-off win by Regis, and they've got numbers 2-on-1 with Pete and Williams. Oh, just off the stick of Williams.
Good defensive play there.
Yeah, forced an earlier pass than he wanted to make.
Yeah.
But Williams is going to send that back into the corner. And Pete putting pressure on Ralstad. Ralstad gets it up, but another hard forecheck by Lorenzo. And there's a tie up on the wall. Lorenzo comes up with it, centers it, but nobody there. Springs tries to get that up and out, but Crowell gets his stick on it, and Crowell has it on his forehand. Crowell, really nice play right there.
He's got a pistol of a shot. Again, that was a quick release, didn't wind up. Just made sure that he could get it through before the defender was able to get in the lane, and just sniped it.
Yeah, it came down hard on the wall. It bounced off the wall right to his forehand and a quick shot. Face off down in the Springs end.
Brenner out there with Barnes and Ash.
Ash comes up with it right on his stick, but Springs finds it, flips it high into the neutral zone to Woody. Woody tries to hit a man in the neutral zone, and that's sent all the way down. Brenner with a nice check in the corner. Crowell, Woody, and Brenner now in the corner. Puck still loose in the skates. Brenner waiting to see where that puck's going to come, covering his man on the wall. Puck comes out. Finally, Brenner gets the stick on it, and he's going to gain the line and put that down behind the net, showing some nice patience, looking for a man. He's got nobody, hangs on, cycles around, backhand pass to the middle, no look, and Springs comes up with it. Good step up by Crowell to prevent a breakaway.
Good job taking the body and the puck as well. Kept the puck from slipping through. If you're gonna step up, don't question yourself, right?
Yep.
Commit to it, and you just did. Great job.
Puck loose. Down behind the net, Springs to it first with a man in front, but Miller deflects that up and wide. It's going to come up to the D on the far right-hand side. Colorado Springs not seeing the forecheck in the line, winger coming out. Gets forecheck, but it comes back on their stick up to the point. Springs with a quick shot right on the doorstep. Springs gets to it first. They are puck hungry down here, Alan.
Well, we're trapped in our own zone a little bit, and part of that was because we were short a man, a real late line change, and by late I mean we didn't send somebody on.
Yeah.
So it was a 5-on-4 there for a little bit, just a few seconds. Springs took advantage of that, and they hemmed us in our own zone there for the shift. 10:05 to go in the second period, 2-2 tie.
Not a real dangerous shot, but several of them in a row from pretty close in. Ryan Miller had his stick down and deflected each one of them into the corner. Face-off will be taken by Lorenzo, one back to Waters. He gets checked hard by two men. Springs comes up with it, but it's up and out. Ralstad gets tripped up, no call, and Springs goes D to D in their end, puts it in the neutral zone, but nowhere to go with McDonald stepping up. Waters coming behind his net, got a winger on the wall, but a little bit high. Gregory comes up with that, and it's up and over to Lorenzo.
Linesman took a check there.
Yeah, and I think they're going to call an icing. Lorenzo had a man right on him, had to fire that down before he made the red line.
It's part of that aggressive forecheck.
Yep, so 9:38, 2-2 game in the second. Face off to the right of Miller. Ihaya takes that over to Waters. Waters D to D to McDonald down below. He's forechecked hard. Damrath picks it up to Ihaya. Over to Kai. What a nice break out there. And Kai's got speed wide. He's driving, gets taken down, and that's a penalty.
All day long.
Delayed call coming. Forecheck by Springs, but that's going to start off a 2-minute power play with a face-off down in the Springs end.
And that, my friend, is what speed does for you in hockey. You could see that as soon as he was crossing our D-zone blue line, you could see the speed was just going to come flying from Lai.
And he's getting the high fives from the coaching staff on the bench because they know the same thing. Keep moving your feet, and good things are going to happen.
Not easy to do carrying the puck either. Some players are exceptionally talented at it, and Lai is one of those players. With or without the puck, there's no difference in his speed. In fact, I dare suggest he might be faster carrying the puck than he is not carrying the puck.
Face-off win picked up by Barnes, back down to Brenner. Off the side of the net, almost bounces out in front.
And as a D, and I've had myself playing D and not the fastest at it, you see that guy kind of barreling down that wing. You get back on your heels a little bit, you got no choice but try to angle him. And I've taken my fair share of tripping calls under those exact circumstances, Will.
Yep. Face-off comes out up high. Brenner back down low to Ash. Brenner ends up with it on his stick again, comes to the other side. He cycles back down to himself behind the net, hit hard, but keeps the puck in the corner.
And your feet. There you go.
Finds it to Barnes. Barnes in his skates again. Back to Ash. Right out in front, and Brenner just off the stick. And a nice quick shot from Crowell at the point. Regis over to McDonald. Back to Ash, down to Brenner.
That's Crowell on that back door again.
Nice cutback move. Oh, just off the stick. Net's off its mooring, so a whistle with 1 minute left in the power play. Nice puck movement by Brenner.
He's having a good game, Mr. Brenner. Good puck control, good speed, good vision.
So we'll get a new power play team out there. Looks like it's Lorenzo Ihaya, Damrath, Williams at the point, and Matthew Carter at the point. Face-off win back to the Springs, but up to Carter. Just off his stick and up and out. He's going to have to force an offsides.
And that should be, I don't think they're going to call it, but that technically should be an intentional offside.
Yep.
We'll leave that in the pro leagues.
So face-off outside the zone. Win to Colorado Springs, and they send it all the way down. That's going to burn a few seconds off the clock. Miller back to set that puck up behind the net.
And just some clarification for the fans at home, an intentional offside usually results in the face-off coming all the way back in the D zone.
So Luke Damrath behind the net, checked hard, but Lorenzo comes up with it. Lorenzo down in the corner looking for help. Hands off on the wall, up to the point. Matthew Carter back over to Brenner, or excuse me, Ihaya. Quick shot, deflected off in the skates of Damrath. Back up to Carter, over to Williams on the far point. He's got pressure, so he puts it back behind the net. Hunter Ralsted picks that up, tries to clear, but
Osgood's on.
Osgood blocks it with his body, and he's got dangerous transition in the middle, but off the stick of Springs, that's an icing.
Osgood had the right idea there. He was trying to cycle it back like they traditionally would on that overloaded side, but his line mate was going for a line change at the exact same time. And that just happened to be at the very second the penalty was over. Created an opportunity going the opposite way. The Springs unable to connect on that pass, goes for icing. Back in the offensive zone for us, 7 minutes to go into the second period.
Scalrud, Avery, and Gregory out there as the forwards. Teddy Armitage and Drake Woody at the point. Good battle with Gregory. Puck gets sent up and out, but Teddy's gonna, Teddy loses an edge.
Blows a tire there.
But recovers, and Osgood comes up with that nice centering pass, but Scalrud can't handle it. Results in a turnover and a quick shot. So I don't think Scalrud realized how quick that was coming. It was a nice breakout pass, but he was coming full speed, and it was a little bit handcuffed him.
Had a body on him quickly.
Yeah.
Ihaya line on the ice.
Ihaya, we've got Waters and
the Liams
out there. So Waters, nice handoff to McDonald up to Damrath at the point up and over the line. Lai is on that. Tie up in the neutral zone. Damrath sends it deep, and Camden Lai is down hard. And they try and cycle back, but Damrath is there to pick that up. Gets hit hard. Puck squirts up to Waters. He keeps it in. And Lai and Damrath cycle behind the net. Tie up behind the net. Puck squirts loose, and Damrath can't see it in time. So Springs Sends one high fluttering to the neutral zone. Waters is there to pick that up and send it right back to Lai up high, who's moving his feet again. Quick shot, low on the ice, left-hand side. To Brenner to Barnes. Hard shot off the side of the net.
Barnes is going to sink one here today. Well, it's coming.
He's shooting everything as soon as he can.
He's getting fed some beauty passes from his line mates as well, and the shots are quality shots, and the saves are just perhaps one notch better. But he's going to sink one before the game's over.
Yeah, wasting no time. Every time it's on his stick, it's immediately at the net. 5:29 remaining in the second, 2-2 game. Both teams battling really hard, having trouble in their own ends, both of them.
Brenner, Ash, Barnes.
So Ash comes up with it behind the net. Brenner in front. He's looking to scissors with Woody in the corner. Barnes gets hit, and Springs chips it up and out. Crowell's going to pick that up and look immediately to send that high off the glass and over the line. Springs right back out with it, delayed offside there.
Woody with a nice job dropping in. We've got to be careful there a little bit. One of the forwards has got to pick that up and make sure that we cover the point. But I like that. I like the thought.
We've got a coaching handoff that just occurred on the Regis bench. It looks like Terriata's
He's here.
Replaced Dan Woodley. So
I was going to mention that earlier. I was going to ask if you heard that Terry's back.
2-on-1 developing for Springs. He's got a man, but nice back check by Ash to break it up. Loose puck in front on the backhand. Can't get a shot on net. Barnes comes up with it. He comes through the neutral zone. 1-on-1 going on. Barnes moving his feet. Gets squeezed off the puck in the corner. Off the stanchion, back to Barnes. He goes high to Crowell. Crowell's going to look to fire that. Deflecting puck into the corner, and Drake Woody's down there, but leaves it for Pete. Pete centers it to nobody, and Lorenzo on a hard hit here in the corner. Springs smartly sends that 20 feet in the air to get a line change. And they win the puck race, but Drake Woody is there. And Springs with a couple guys, another dangerous one in front, and Ryan Miller makes a good save, puts it into the corner. There's a tie up on the wall. Springs comes out with it. That's going to be a cross check by Woody. And
I think he might have just evened it up there. So Woody had a big hit. The Springs player turned his back to him during the play. That's always a very difficult call for the referee. He got hit in the numbers, so he's going to call a hit from behind. And it does indeed look like both players are going to go. So number 8 for the Springs did not like the contact, retaliated with the hands and stick up high. And matching minors, it looks like, between the two players. But that's always a tough play. You're going for the big hit. Player sees the hit coming, turns the back to him, and inevitably that's going to be called as a hit from behind or roughing almost every time. Tough discretionary call for the ref, right, Will?
Yeah, yep, and but an easy one when you retaliate. Unfortunately for the Springs team, they had a power play going, and the frustration penalty evened it up.
So somehow, some way, Woody stays true to what I called it in the first period, which is he finds himself in the box in the sin bin, and he brings somebody with him. I don't think we have an official stat for that in the record books, but I'm going to say that he's leading the league in that.
Well, like my youth coach told me, if you're going to get a penalty, take someone with you.
Yeah.
Springs with the face-off win, but deflected off. Wide of the net, dangerous rebound in front, and there's a wraparound opportunity. Puck's loose. Good defensive play by Matthew Carter to prevent a point-blank open net shot.
Well, Miller just sprawling to make sure he's covering whatever angle he can, just laid out on his stomach.
Nice step up by the Springs D to send that in. And Ralstedt's down low to pick that puck up, but he's got two on him. There's a battle on the wall. Carter showing some nice patience in the corner. Just a nice touch pass to Lai. He tries to go neutral zone. Loose puck. Down in the Springs end, Lai is going to not get to it first. And Springs brings that up and out. Carter fires one on net. And Brenner is there chasing on the forecheck, so that's a hook.
Oh.
Unfortunate hook. So Brenner was right in his back pocket coming around the net, and instead of moving his feet, reached out with his stick.
Well, he knew it right away, too, so it's not very often you see the players go uncontested to the box. He looked up to the sky. He knew he got the hook and just marched right over to the box.
Yeah, smart play by Colorado Springs defenseman to wheel and keep moving your feet.
2:42 to go in the second period. It's a 2-2 game. And I see we got 59 seconds left up on the board for one penalty. That is not supposed to be up there, right? So we'll have
it must be 59 in both the coincidentals, I'm guessing, which will not expire till a whistle anyhow.
You're correct. So they only got one up on the board. Probably should have neither. And it looks like we're going to get a double minor. We got 2 penalties on that one.
No, I'm guessing.
Oh, it's 4 and 4.
Yeah,
That's right.
The 3:59 should be 59 and 59.
Okay. Shorthanded. It's going to be a 4-on-3 for 2 minutes. That's the end result.
All right. So Springs comes up with it, goes high to their defenseman. Springs can't spread out. Liam McDonald battling, but Springs hangs onto it dangerously onto the forehand. They're going to show some nice patience. Come up to the D. Move it high-low. Cross-ice pass. Can't handle it for a shot. So Springs keeping the puck up high. D to D over to the dot, back to the D, but a good shot block by Barnes. And Springs trying to decide which shot they want to take. Finally do, but off the shin pads of McDonald. Springs cycling down low, finally finds a man on the left-hand side, goes D to D to the right, but can't get a clean pass for a quick shot, so they have to continue moving. A fan on a shot, loose puck in front. Rostad comes in, shoots one wide left of the net, but now 5-on-3, Allen, so it must have been a double minor, to your point.
Yep.
So we got a 5-on-3 with a dangerous Springs team. That gets turned over to Rostad. He goes wide to a man wide open on the far side, who makes a quick shot, but nobody in front with the extra attackers.
Yep, so the 4 minutes that was on the board, there was another one, 2 minutes that was put up on the board right below it. The 2 minutes was not counted, and I know you guys can't see the scoreboard, but it was a 4-minute minor. That put us on 2 men down for about a minute at the tail end of that, 30 seconds to go in that 5-on-3.
So 30 seconds of 5-on-3 still, and then we'll go 5-on-4 for a couple. Nice puck movement by Springs. Got one centerman up high and 2 shooters on either side in the circle. And our winger finds himself,
what a snipe.
So Teddy overcommitted on the 5-on-3 at the point. And Colorado Springs defenseman made a beautiful play and a beautiful shot, bar down.
1 man down. If you're a 5-on-4 or a 4-on-3, you can usually attack that puck area pretty well. You got to probably lay back into that triangle when you're 5-on-3, not overcommit to your point. Because if you do and you miss it, you're a 5-on-2, and you create all sorts of lanes. That was a beautiful shot. So take nothing away from the shot. That was number 9, I believe, for the Springs, right?
Yep. So the 5-on-3 expires. We've got 5-on-4 hockey for 154, but only 35 left in the period. The Springs not having as much success moving it with the 5-on-4, but still maintaining possession. Comes nice cross-ice pass and a quick shot. Miller makes an easy save.
There we go.
That puck's up and out, and there's a chase by Ihaya. Ihaya intercepts just inside the blue line. Damrath gets hit hard, and Springs is up the ice with a 4-on-2, and Carter falls. 4-on-2, 3 guys in front. You could see that one coming.
Yeah, Carter lost an edge there. And the Springs player got around him on the right side, beat him on the outside, had a man open out front. Nice little dish to his teammate who chips it in and right through the 5-hole of Miller. So those penalties hurt us a little bit, Will.
Yeah, and so Damrath, seeing Ihaya intercept that pass just inside the blue line, jumped into the play, but being shorthanded, as soon as it turned over, it came back down the ice 4-on-2.
So at the end of the period there, we were still 5-on-4. So that last goal should have eliminated the penalty, and it should have been 5-on-5, but we'll get an update for you guys on that. We'd expect some 5-on-5 hockey when we come back for the third period. We're going to take about a 15-minute break. Penalty still up on the board. We're down 4-2. We've got a little bit of making up to do here in the third period.
Yep.
It's a good contest. We'll see you guys in about 10-15 minutes. All right, Will Damrath, we got some splaining to do here.
Yeah. All right, so for all you tuning in, we're about ready to start the third period with Regis down 4-2. And there is 1 minute and 17 seconds penalty left on the clock. That is the tail end of a 4-minute major penalty that we did not realize during the broadcast that had been called and delayed until the cross-check infraction and then the subsequent retaliation penalty by the Springs. So what that means is, and this is new in the last year or two, the referees in USA Hockey have the discretion of calling a 4-minute major penalty. It's typically in years past been 5 minutes, which is easily identifiable as a major. And
that's your excuse.
Yeah.
That's our excuse, right?
Yeah. The penalties are divisible by 2 confuse us.
Yeah. So the reason behind the implementation of that rule, as I understand it, is that the infractions are not severe enough to merit a game misconduct that accompanies a 5-minute major. So the 5-minute major, of which you stay in the box for the entire duration of the penalty, regardless of how many goals are scored, just gets narrowed down by 1 minute. There's not an accompanying game misconduct that comes along with it, so you get that extra 2 minutes to the penalties. You got 4 minutes. It's a major, and you can be scored on as many times against without coming out of the box.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't score 3 goals.
Well, they already did
117.
Yeah, they already did 2, and that's where the confusion came in, because we were down 5-on-3. 2 goals were scored against us, making it a 5-on-4. And then traditionally, when you see those divisible penalties where, 117 left in that last one, you would have thought that would have come off the board. But it didn't, because it was a major. So that being said, we've got 1:17 to kill. We got 17 minutes left in the contest, and it's been a great contest. Springs have brought a good team up here, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking to get this penalty killed by Regis and regroup. This next goal is going to be a very big momentum goal for either team, whoever scores it.
For the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we score it.
Yeah. Here we go. Face-off win in the neutral zone. Loose puck. Williams picks that up and sends it into the Springs end. Lorenzo is there to seal that off. Back up to Matthew Carter. He's going to send that back down. Regis gets a new player out. And there's a tie-up in the corner. Nice job by Williams to kill some time on the clock. And Springs with a stretch pass. Quick shot, but wide of the net. Eli Ash is there. Turnover to the point. Far side, good opportunity. Quick shot. Ryan Miller doesn't know where it is, but he made the save. Goes into the corner. And Williams gets that up and out with 30 seconds left on the penalty. That's an icing.
So that is a little confusion in the rules. We got high school hockey versus USA hockey rules. USA hockey rules now call for an icing on the PK, whereas high school rules allow you to send it down the ice without the icing when you're on the PK. So the end result of that is the referee says face-off won't be in the D zone or to be at center ice. Neutralize it.
Teddy Armitage back in the corner to tie up. Springs comes up with it, looking in front, and a quick wraparound, but a save by Miller and a screen, but off the shin pad of the defenseman, and it's turned over again to Springs up to the point, and they've got a wide man with a shooting chance, and nice block by Teddy, but Springs comes up with it again. Man out of the box, even strength.
Nice job.
Springs had some momentum there. Good play by Teddy to get control of that and send it back down. So Barnes is going to get there first with Camden Lai in the corner. He cycles back. Camden Lai can't get to it, and Springs with some speed coming up the ice, but harassed, and they're going to regroup. Stretch pass up to the neutral zone. Nice play, one-on-one here. Teddy intercepts that puck, maintains control. He's going to try and break that up to Luke Damrath. Fans on it, but up and out. Springs tries a quick cross-ice pass. Ralstad with his stick on a forehand. Nice quick shot in the breadbasket. Miller makes no mistake, and a face-off will be down in the Regis end.
14:54 to go in the third period, down by 2. Got Ihaya. The Ihaya lineup here.
Yep, Waters on D with Liam McDonald. Puck comes up to Ralstad. He's going to send one just to the side of the net. Springs tries to cycle, but Camden lies there to pick that up, and he's going to gain the neutral zone. He sends that deep. Damrath forechecking on Ralstad. Ralstad with no room there. Damrath pins him on the board, and Camden Lie waiting for that loose puck, and it comes to Springs. Springs tries to center it. Almost turned over at the blue line, but they get it up and out. 2-on-2 developing. Liam Waters, nice positioning, nice body position, and check there. Get that loose puck to his D partner, who sends it up the wall to Damrath. Ralstad comes down hard. Puck comes back to Ralstad wide of the net, but Miller gloves it.
Feeling a little pressure in the D zone. Miller smart to smother that puck, get a stoppage. 14:04 to go in the period.
All right, so we got Drew Lorenzo taking the draw. Drake Woody's back out on the ice. Pete Armitage. And Nolan Williams. Woody tries to stretch one to Williams, who's racing down the ice. Goalie's going to get there first, put it in the corner. Williams tries to seal it off, but Springs is up. They're sending a guy far on the blue line every play now. Hard hit in the neutral zone on Crow. And another stretch pass try. Crow's got to get back. So hopefully Regis is recognizing that Colorado Springs is trying to stretch the ice. They've got a winger or a forward flying through the neutral zone all the way at the far blue line every chance they have.
Risk and reward that comes along with that. So again, weak side D, we just got to keep them back. But the risk for them is they're down a man, and they've got to make sure that they connect on those stretch passes. And that last one, they missed the stretch pass, turned into an icing. The result of that is an offensive zone face-off. Let's see if we can take advantage of that.
Skellerud will take the draw here with Gregory and Osgood. And again, another forward flying up the ice, anticipating that stretch bank pass through the neutral zone, but an icing.
When they work, they're a beautiful thing, those stretch passes. Get a guy flying through the neutral zone.
Well, and when they don't work, sometimes all it is a face-off in your end. So
it is, but again, we'd prefer to be in that zone taking the face-off, and we just got to take advantage of some of these opportunities.
So again, Matthew Carter getting ready to step up, but the guy leaks by him, so he has to back all the way into his end.
Delayed penalty.
Yep, so Springs pulls the goalie, seeing the delay. Regis touches up, and they're going to go in the box, and I don't know the call yet. It looks like a hook or a trip on Avery Osgood.
12:59. What do we? What's in the game plan here, Will? What do we need to do to turn on the?
Well, as a coach with the icing rules, I always like the ability to ice the puck. There's a high risk in doing so when you're shorthanded, but if you're able to stretch the ice shorthanded and utilize that icing to not have the face-off down in your end, sometimes it can work out for you. But Springs has got two guys posted up all the way up high. Eli Ash lucky to not get a tripping call on that. Springs, Hunter Ralstad setting up behind the net, and he waits patiently for his man at the far blue line, who makes a nice move, but picked off by Teddy. Teddy can't get that up and out, and a dangerous rebound off the stanchion right in front of Miller.
Yeah, Ralstad was actually waiting not only for his man to post up on the blue line on the right side, but he was eyeballing the guy on the left side, which was the two guys to your point, kind of posting up on the far blue line. Trying to sneak in behind our D, get those stretch passes and break in.
Face-off win over to Waters, battle on the wall. He sends that up. Lai just off the shin pad, but up and out. Springs wheeling through the neutral zone. He's got some speed, makes a nifty move off the stick of Miller. And Liam McDonald picks that up, but throws that on the wall, and that's a turnover. Colorado Springs on the backhand, throws it off the side of the net. Miller picks it up, this time tries to go high off the glass, and it hits the top of the glass and out.
48 seconds left on the penalty. 11:47. So we'll have roughly 11 minutes when we kill this thing. Get our legs moving.
And we've got the Lorenzo Brenner Williams line out there with Drake Woody, I believe. So loose puck in front. Williams gets to it, sends that bound, and he might win the race. But Springs hands off to their other D, and Lorenzo's hard on him.
Yeah, Lorenzo and Williams out there on offense. Yeah, Woody and Kroll out on D.
Another stretch pass off the shaft of the Springs player right at the blue line, but they come up with a quick shot. Miller save. So again, with only 20 seconds left in the power play, they sent again two guys at the far blue line.
It's tough to do as a defenseman because you're looking ahead of you, and you know that you got their player, their D, is behind their own net setting up the play, and they've got a forward sneaking in behind our weak side D, and it's just tough for that player to commit to it. Our player, our D guy.
Yep. So Springs starting to look wide, really sending the puck around with 8 seconds left on the penalty. They get one more centering chance in front, but Lorenzo gets his stick on it. They send that down behind. Matthew Carter there to break up the play. Comes to Williams. He stretches one of his own to Eli Ash, who loses it at the far blue line. Springs sends one wide of the net, and Armitage is going to hand it off to Matthew Carter. Miscue on Colorado Springs. They're going to send that all the way back into their end. And Barnes with a hard forecheck goes down behind the net, loses his stick. But Liam McDonald makes a nice interception just inside the blue line with his glove. Barnes gets checked hard. Brenner misses the forecheck, and Springs is up through the end, but Eli Ash is there to back check.
Great back check.
Puck looks like it's stuck on the back of the net. No whistle yet, and finally a whistle. So that was a great play by Liam McDonald at the blue line. Springs has been sending that high puck out of the zone every time, and he gloved it about 8 feet in the air and kept it in. And Regis will have a face-off in the Ehia Damarath line out there. Springs with another centering puck in front. Loose goes into the corner. They send it up high to the point, and a nice block by Ehia. And Lai tries to stretch that again off the skate of a Regis player and back in. They've got a guy wide on the net. Dangerous high shot blocker saved by Miller. Springs really teeing up on Regis right now. Hunter Ralstad, quick shot in front, rebound. Miller gets the rebound. What a save.
Two great saves by Miller.
The pass comes up high wide. Ralstad down in the corner. Liam McDonald finally wraps that to Luke Damarath. Tries to go high off the glass and gets checked off the puck. Colorado Springs centerman loses his stick at center ice. Regis still can't get the puck out.
Yeah, we got some tired legs out there right now, Will.
Liam McDonald getting harassed behind the net. Finally gets some support by Ehia. Waters waiting for that loose puck to come out. It finally does. Springs looking to send that. Camden Lyons up and sends it all the way down. They're going to wholesale line change, but they stretch in the meantime. And Springs gets it all the way deep for their own line change. Fans on it, no damage. Drake Woody up to Williams off his stick, and that's going to be an icing.
A necessary little break there. We got trapped in our own zone for a full shift, probably a minute 30, a minute 45 at least. The legs were exhausted out there. You get tired legs, and that translates to tired decisions. And guys are guessing. They're ringing the puck around the boards. They're guessing at where the lanes might be for those passes.
Dangerous face-off, but a good stick by Crowell. Blocked the shot. He tries to make a breakout pass, but off the half wall, and Springs still has it in the corner.
Their forecheck has been intense in the third period.
Another turnover to Springs. They try to center it, but Woody is there to break that puck up. And he's got a little time this time, but still can't make a clean pass. So Lorenzo picks that up. He's got a man wide. And that's Pete Armitage who sends that deep and is going to chase himself. But Springs right back up the ice with speed. That defenseman brings it all the way up to the blue line, stops. And a quick shot deflected high into the netting.
7:35 to go, third period. Down by 2.
So Springs really showing some good hockey IQ right now. The intensity's ramping up. Regis is starting to respond, and now they're putting on the brakes and looking for the open man. Face-off win back to Teddy. He goes D to Carter, but it's intercepted in front. Another turnover at the blue line. Quick shot on net, another quick shot, another save. Ryan Miller, a third shot off the side of the net. Springs still has the puck.
They got 3 guys down low on the forecheck on that last rush.
One rings off the side of the net high. Over to Avery Osgood. He's got to move quick. And that gets turned over. Finally up and out of the zone. Some relief.
Yeah, well, we had possession of the puck behind the net. They sent 2 guys attacking him hard. They're F3 that you typically see sitting a little higher in the slot just to protect the breakout. He joined the attack as well.
Another turnover, and Skellerud sacrifices his chest to get that deflection up and out of the zone. Osgood gets hit hard. Colorado Springs with a nice move. High shot over the net. And Springs really turning up the intensity right now, and it's working for him. Finally, a breakout pass to Ash. He makes a quick shot of his own. That's a nice looking shot. He came down, he was pretty tired. His line mates were changing, and he just took some ice. Made a quick shot low left.
Good hard low shot. Not an easy one to handle.
So here we go, 6:19 left in the third. Regis down 4-2.
Brenner line out there with the Liams on D.
Brenner wins the faceoff. He goes up to his defenseman, up to Waters. Waters tries to go high-low, and that puck's chipped up and out. Liam McDonald's going to get there first, but he's got pressure. 2 guys on him. Waters back to help. Puck comes up to Ash. He seals off on the wall. Still tied up on the wall. Finally up to the Colorado Springs defenseman. He hangs on, goes D to Ralstad. Ralstad with some good pressure from Barnes. Coughs it up, and Barnes has got numbers and just mishandles at the blue line, forcing an offside.
Little fumble, that's all it takes.
Yep. Had a 3-on-2 developing without a hard back check, but just that hesitation at the blue line, and we'll have a face-off with Yehia, Damrath, and Lai.
5:40 to go in the game.
Drake Woody and Jay Crawl out there. Face-off win. Damrath to Lai, but Springs comes up with it. Lai, just a bulldog, comes up with it, and he's driving wide again, centers it, but Damrath too far behind, puts it back in the corner to Lai. Lai looking to curl out of the corner, but he loses an edging. And Colorado Springs sends that up. Damrath down to battle for the puck behind the net with Yehia. Yehia comes up with it, stick poked. Colorado Springs chips that up and out, and they've got a 2-on-1 if they can get it through, but Lai with the unbelievable back check to break it up.
He's had a good game.
Might be, yeah.
It's going to be a hand pass.
Hand pass here. It was a delayed offsides. Camden Lai came all the way back, caught the guy before the blue line, forced a delayed offsides. They got it up and out, and then it was a hand pass. So
Camden Lai's had a great game, as I was saying. The speed, the number of opportunities that's created, drawing penalties, beautiful passes.
Lorenzo, Armitage, and Williams out there. Armitage with a check in the corner. Williams picks it up. Puck's still in the skates. Comes out to Lorenzo. Quick shot in front. Rebound.
Oh.
Springs comes up with it.
Yeah, Lorenzo down in the D zone.
Lorenzo down, holding his knee and his sticks almost at center ice. I didn't see the hit.
I don't think there was one. We'd have to go back and look at the video, but he might have just gotten an edge caught there. Tweaked his leg a little bit. He's holding his knee.
Well, there was a battle in the wall, and he put himself right on the dot waiting for that puck to squirt out, and indeed it did, right on his stick, and he had a quick shot, and that's the last time I looked at him. I was following the puck after the shot. So no dice on the replay.
Knee. Absolutely no pressure getting put on that leg.
Yeah, well, let's hope he's all right. That doesn't look good at this point.
It doesn't, no. All right.
Yeah, what you like to see is when a player gets up to at least put some weight
pressure on it, yes.
And he's not even letting his toe down on the ice. So
well, your fear there is, and again, we didn't get a close look at it. We're following the play. But when it's a contactless, going down with a knee injury, you just worry that ligaments or something might have gone wrong there. But let's not speculate. No, let's not guess. Danny Lorenzo here was standing right behind me. He's heading downstairs to take care of the boy. We'll just our thoughts and prayers to him that he's okay. Tough kid. He'll rebound from it.
All right, so 4:31 left in the third. Down 2 goals. Regis 2, Colorado Springs 4. Face-off win up to Teddy, over to Matthew Carter. Tries to go deep, but hits Barney with the puck. Springs tries a stretch pass again, sniffed out by Matthew Carter. They're going to wave off the icing. Teddy's there first. Hands off to Matthew Carter, up to Barnes, and he's got a guy that he's looking to stretch of his own, and he does. And that's Eli Ash, gets his own rebound. Beautiful, a page out of the Colorado Springs book. Regis.
Was that Barnes with the pass there? Just coming out of on the left side here, the boards. What a gorgeous pass up the middle. Ash picks it up, picks up the speed, beats the D in alone. Shot, rebound, in. 1-goal lead for the Springs right now.
And a hard low shot to the goalie made a save with his right pad. And the rebound came out, and it came out to his backhand, and he put it right in the net.
Chipped it in.
Face-off win. Can't get the line, just over the line. Barnes is going to look to the same pass to Ash, but not wide open up the ice, and he sends that off the goalie. Springs back through the neutral zone to the captain. He's going to take that wide, but McDonald is there to force the turnover just inside the blue line. Connor Ihaya behind the net. A little misfire there, but the puck's up and out. Damrath finds himself on the far blue line. Ralstead smartly up, chips it high, and they're hard through the neutral zone breakaway. And Miller, good positioning, and he lost the puck without a shot. So, nice move at the blue line there. Battle in the corner. Colorado Springs with two guys pinning him on the boards. Drake Woody's trying to dig that puck out, and he finally does. Drake Woody over to Camden Lai. He's got Luke Damrath up in the middle. Luke Damrath loses an edge, and he's going to go off, and Hunter Ralsted's picking that up. Stretch pass through the middle again, but 4 Regis defenders back, and Barnes puts a hard check to break that play up. Puck gets rimmed around back to Barnes. Tie up on the wall.
2:30 to go in the game.
Killing time finally on the stuck of Lai, and he's up over the blue line, and he's got Barnes in the middle. He's going to send that deep for a line change.
Just finish line change. Got Brenner line out there now.
Yep. So we got Brenner, Barnes, and Eli Ash back out on the ice, and that's going to be an icing. Kind of just what you needed there to get your line set and get a face-off down in their end, Alan.
We'll see if Coach Ott takes advantage of the offensive zone face-off, calls a timeout. Doesn't look like he's going to. We got the Brenner line out there with Ash and Barnes, Teddy and Carter on D.
Face-off win to Ash. Puck deflected in the corner. Barnes is there. Brenner picks it up behind the net.
You see Miller coming out of the net.
Nifty move, looking in front.
Lai's coming on for Miller, so we got 6 men on the ice.
Good step up by Matthew Carter to keep that in. He's trying to get that down to Brenner. The goalie's out of the net. We've got an extra skater, and it is Camden Lai. Puck sliding all the way down. That might go in the net.
Wheels.
It's going to go wide. No icing.
Should that not have been icing?
Thought so. But Regis tries to stretch to Camden across. Goalie is still out. 1:35 left. Hard forecheck by Damrath in the corner. Cycling behind the net. He backhands in front. Off the skate of a player. It's loose in front. Brenner sends that up high and keeps it in. Liam McDonald over to Lai. Lai, quick shot, rebound in front. And they're going to send that down. That might be in the net.
Oh, unfortunate. Second shot at it. Full length of the ice, and that one a seeing eye goal there. That was a backhander from his own zone. Yep. So that'll put the lead up to 2 again with a 5-3 lead for the Springs team. Good pressure, good pressure. We had a good. Who had that little shot in that last one? It was a beautiful feed to Lai, I think, who tried to sneak it in there.
Yep. I think Damrath backhanded it out in front. It was loose. Lai took the initial shot, and the rebound with them crashing the net just came behind him.
Yep.
So 1 minute left. Miller's in the net. Regis down 5-3.
Miller's coming out again. Going to give it a go with 50 seconds to go in the period.
Teddy steps up at the line, keeps it in. Springs is going to rim it all the way up and around. McDonald can't get there, but he's brings it back in. They fire for the net again. That's another empty netter. Tough play.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. You got 50 seconds left in the game. Get a 5-on-3 or your extra man out there for a 6-on-5. See if you can sink one, and the odds were not in our favor. That's 2 shots from deep in their own zone that find an empty net. So 6-3 lead for the Colorado Springs Tigers with 40 seconds to go in the contest. Miller back in the net, and I suspect he'll stay there.
Yep. So breakout pass to Gregory. There's a tie up on the wall. Woody and Skellerud all battling for it. Avery Osgood and Liam Waters waiting for that puck to come out. Waters picks it up. He gains the line, sends that puck back into the Springs end, and 10 seconds. That's going to probably do it for this contest. Okay.
Well, good hard-fought contest. That AAA program down in the Springs is a good one. These guys were bigger and a little tougher, a little more physical than I expected coming out of the gates, and maybe the same kind of expectations from our RJ players. I don't know. It was a good game. Good game, Will.
Yep. Yep, good contest. Good Saturday night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And again, thank you to our family sponsoring, Richard and Jennifer Brenner, grandparents of Parker. Thank you very much.
I'm going to be playing these guys again, I think, a few weeks from now. So we'll go back, do a little video review, sharpen up our game plan. We'll put a W on the board next time. Thanks, Will.
All right. Thanks, Al.
Yep, bye.